Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk is the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with a clip. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants of dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. 50 tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Knicks Real Talk. We back in the building, episode 16. Divine, Shaw Powers. We in the building with everybody, man. Hope everybody had a great weekend. You in the building with us for a little while, man. Talk a little bit of Knick talk, man. It was quiet all season. FIBA popping off and all that good stuff. Before we go any further, man, let me bring my partner in the building, man. Shaw Powers, what's going on?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Salute to the chat, my man, Will the Thrill, Darren, JJ. Salute to all you guys, man. Thank y'all for coming in. Appreciate y'all. Y'all already know. Yeah, man, we here, man. Nice, quiet Sunday evening, man. Got a couple of things to talk about, man. We're gonna break down the Knicks and FIBA. We're gonna talk about all these links to the Knicks, you know, whether it's Giannis, whether it's anybody, just so you know, talk about all that good stuff. We also really gonna get into a in-depth look at Emmanuel quickly, because you know he got that contract coming. I mean, not the contract, but extension eligible on the 26th of October. So we're really going to get into the depths of what he's doing on the court, his numbers, his style of play, you know, the pros and cons of him being extended by the Knicks, you know, and not being extended by the Knicks. We're going to get into all that, man. So I'm really looking forward to the night, man, on this nice, beautiful, quiet Sunday. Chop, how we're going to get into it, man, talk about it a little bit, man. But what's going on? How you been, my man? Holla at me.
You know, same old. You already know we talked during the week, so ain't nothing much, man. I'm glad to be back on. Seemed like it's been 3 months since we've been on. Can't wait to some real niggas. Can't wait to some real niggas basketball. Getting into at least seeing them in the practice room, seeing some rumor stuff coming from the practice room, knowing that they're getting closer to being back on the court. I mean, hard to talk about much of the Knicks right now. Just speculating about what we think that could happen and stuff like that. But it's soon to come, man. Before you know it, they'd be back from FIBA. They be going right into training. I mean, right into the training. October be knocking on the door, and here comes the first game at home.
Yeah, real talk, man. We wait for training camp to come up to be amongst us, man. It's like, it's not, you know, being a content creator, you're like, okay, I'm going to have to really draw up something to talk about, you know what I mean? Which is fun, you know what I mean? That's why we creators. But for me, man, there's always news. It might not be a lot, but there's always something out there. Right now for Knicks, what's going on mostly is the FIBA thing. My guys is out there playing. We got 4 Knicks out there in FIBA right now. Obviously, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, RJ Barrett, and Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier making the stock rise a little bit for us. Evan Fournier stock rise a little bit. So I'm excited about that. He's been shooting the ball pretty well in FIBA. So that back can help us out, you know, when it was time to come to the trade side of everything. You know, but he really playing pretty good ball. The other night, Brunson had a good game. Out of 10.4 rebounds, 4 assists. United States beat New Zealand 99-72. Josh Hart had a pretty good, decent game, like 5.4 rebounds. But he's a Swiss Army knife type of guy, and you know, so he was doing what he's doing. And RJ out there with Canada. Canada did what they had to do. RJ had 17 points. He looked good as well. And so you know, Fournier, like I said, Fournier been knocking him down. So you know, the Knicks representing pretty well out with FIBA. You know, but the USA team got 2 of our key players to our rotation this year. Obviously, our mainstay is obviously Jalen Brunson, who's going to be our lead point guard. Phenomenal playing season last year for the Knicks. Hopefully, he can translate, bring it to it. Then we got Josh Hart, who we picked up at the trading deadline of February. Look like them guys out there making an impact. Shot Powers. I mean, they just doing what they do. So I'm glad to see that they get a little repetition, get some burn against competition, and hopefully it can just roll over into the regular season without no injuries or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Hart doing his thing out there. Brunson is holding it down. RJ is looking surprising with his new style jump shot that he created. I mean, shout out to RJ, and let's see if Fournier can raise his stock, because he sure did look good in that game that they played against Canada. You know what I mean? So you know, maybe, you know, if I know he wants to come back and play, and I don't know if we really have some space for him on this team. So I'm just gonna say, get out there, Fournier, and keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Maybe we can get something done before the beginning of the season.
Yep. Yeah. For all those interested in the FIBA, man, you know what? Like I said, France got knocked out by Germany, I think it was. No, they got knocked out by, bear with me, but France took it on the day out already. So before they get a chance to rest a little bit of that, Canada beat them boys. Knocked them boys out. And so, you know, we beat New Zealand the other day. I think they, you know, we still in there for the long haul. So it's been fun, man. I mean, Lithuania beat France. I'm talking about to knock them out of FIBA. I'm sorry, RJ done beat them before we went to France. Lithuania, Latvia beat them guys, so they out. Latvia beat them 88-86 by 2 points. So Fournier and them is out there. Canada still in it. We still in it. Canada beat Lebanon. They crushed them dudes, man. And obviously we did what we had to do against them guys. So we pretty much in there, man. He said France needed Nilakina. They got to bounce back. You 100% right about that, man. They got to bounce back today, man. But yeah, they miss him. They probably miss a little bit of Frank defense or all that good stuff. You know, it was a good one, JJ. But other than that, you know, we handled our business. You know what's interesting to me? Not a Nick topic, but interesting. My man is not happy out there in FIBA because Brandon Ingram, and it's because I think that they bought too many star players. But I mean, quality, high, talented players instead of bringing some 3-and-D guys. Like you know, Brandon Ingram should be playing more than 15 minutes in FIBA, or at least starting, or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but so I just picked up on that early today, where you know they had an interview about him, and he was like, you know, it's different when he used to being that guy. So you know, that's not a Nick problem. But Josh Hart playing his role for us for FIBA, and Jalen Brunson playing their role. And I think it's working out well. So go USA, man. Let's see if we can get this cup, bring it back to the United States, and make it happen, man. You know, they playing out in the Philippines, so I'm happy about that. But Jalen Brunson, he's the star point guard out there. He's gonna do what he do. He's the leader of that team, man. I'm glad to see that we got our guy leading USA to that position to win that cup, because that's only gonna bode well for us. So you know, when we get to the regular season, you know, we know we got that guy running the ship for us that as he won that thing, if they win it at FIBA. So I think that's a good look. Josh Hart doing what he's doing out there, all around game, Swift Army knife, like I said, rebound and all that good stuff. First game, 5.4 rebounds. It is what it is. You probably didn't need that much because Banchero, Paolo Banchero, and Anthony Edwards, them guys are playing good out there. And my man Austin Reed from the Lakers, he really getting his shine too. So and Jaren Jackson from Minnesota, from Memphis, they all play good ball out there. But that's only one game though. They got, you know, one down and so quite a few more to go. But hopefully by the end of it all, we USA be holding up that thing, man. So, but other than that, shout out, that's what's really happening with FIBA, man. Our guys, Canada, RJ, 17. You know, I'm looking to see he's another guy that's really been on my mind a lot about the Knicks moving forward with all this speculation about some of these big dogs coming out here. A guy like RJ is always in our mind about, you know, what's going to hold for him when we talk about the Giannis's and we talk about the Embiids, we talk about the Donaldson, we talk about all these guys. His name's always up in that conversation. So that's another guy, you know, that's always in that rumor mill. But right now, for out there in Canada and FIBA, put 17 last night, windmill dunk last night, looked pretty decent for us. So RJ out there and got his first game going on. He looked pretty good last night.
I mean, RJ, you know, he look, I don't know if it's just me, he looks darker, he looks bigger, he looks a little taller, he looks more controlled. The funny thing is, the other day they were talking about RJ's shot. They developed a new shot, and the next game after that came out, he shot like 1 for 17 or something like that. So, you know what I mean? Only thing we need from RJ this year is to be consistent and you know, be more effective at the free throw line. If RJ gets to 80, 82, 83, 84 points from the free throw line and can shoot about 36 points from the 3-point line, he's going to be scoring close to 22 to 24 points a night. I mean, and that's the bottom line. RJ, he's older now. He's starting to fill into that grown man body style, and I think he's going to come back and have a real productive year this year. The biggest thing about RJ for me is for him to be consistent. If he can get 5, 6, 7 games in a row, then have a bad game, and then maybe have 2 bad games and bounce back with 8, 6, 5, 6, 7 games, the more that he can make his stats look better, the better he can play. And no one has a great game every night that they get out there. But you put a couple of games together and you close a couple of games and you put you drop that big 3-point or that big drop to the hole and lay it up or something like that. Those are the games that RJ needs this year. Some bigger games and some really to fill out himself. I have for right now, I have so much confidence in RJ. Everybody thinks about RJ as not being a defender, and RJ, since he's been with the Knicks, has played 2 positions: the small forward, shooting guard, and power forward. And once everybody forgets when this guy Bullock went to when Bullock left, RJ was defending the best player on the court pretty much, so he can play some defense. I think he's going to his body's filling out for him to play probably 3s and 4s instead of 2s and 3s now. So right. Maybe that might be the hiccup that he's having right now, that he could play the 3s and the 4s now probably better than he could play a 2, a smaller, quicker, athletic 2. So big up to RJ for going out there in FIBA and playing basketball, and I'm happy to see what he could do this year.
Yeah, real talk. Just to piggyback that real quick, but flew to the chat. Be love 7-3, my man. What's good? Appreciate you coming in and building, my man. Real talk. Nick, 1 day, 2 days. Salute to you, JJ, Will, everybody. Darren, salute. RJ, to me, you know what's interesting about that? I won it last year because he did suffer that injury last year, right? Whether a hand or foot or something like that.
He got that laceration off of Luka Doncic, I think it was.
Right. So and that could affect affected some of his play a little bit. Not making excuses, but I'm looking for RJ to come back and really get it popping. This be the first year of that extension. His $23 million kicks in this year. I know he's gonna be going out there proving that he's worthy of that. So $23 million, give me 20 points a game. Consistency from the 3-point area. And he do and play a little D. I'm good. I think he'd be good. Because other than that, RJ can do what he do. So I'm looking for him to really have a good, strong year. Continue doing what you did when you was doing in the playoffs against Miami. Other than that game where you didn't have it, but he had 6 games in a row where he was getting a pop of that one game that he didn't have it. Happened to be the 6th game which we wanted, or whatever the case may be. So but I'm really looking for RJ to come back in here and contribute. So he just want to play at the FIBA for the Knicks that's out there in Canada doing what they're doing. So salute to RJ out there in Canada, and you never know, it might wind up being Canada versus the United States for the FIBA. Let's get it. So RJ and our guys representing out there, man. But like I said, I'm glad they out there working out, doing what they're doing, and and they looking to just continue doing what they're doing, man. I think it's important that these cats go out there and take this opportunity to do what you can't do in the regular season, which is work out and get better. And by them guys playing organized basketball, it just helps out. It just helps out RJ, helps out Josh Hart, it helps out Jalen Brunson. We don't want Brunson to overextend himself because then when you come into training camp in the first half of the season, you might be dragged. I should say the same thing about Fournier. Fournier would play for France. He just got out of the season with the Knicks that year. Then he played for France right there in the summer. Then he came back into the beginning of the season. He didn't have no legs. Ever Fournier legs last year was shot at the beginning of the season. I don't want to see Brunson them go through that, but I also think that Brunson is way younger than Fournier too. Him and Josh Hart and RJ, they're younger, so they legs is not going to be affected the way they did Fournier. But that last year when he couldn't hit that shot coming into the season because he played that same girl thing, man, I like his legs is going, bro. So let's hope that don't happen to our guys, our major guys, our main guys. But we got 3 of them there that's pivotal, to what the Knicks do this year. Them 3 guys that's in FIBA outside Fournier. 2 of them is starters for the Knicks, and 1 of them we just signed for 17, 18 million who are going to be pivotal. So Knicks out there getting in. They just got to go out there and hope they stay safe and stay healthy. Don't sustain no injuries that's going to keep us affected what we doing from a Knicks standpoint. That's the only tough thing about these games, man, because when I'm get injured, it affects your whole season. Jalen Brunson get injured. That's just the pendulum for the Knicks. Sure.
Yeah, for real, man. And one thing, I'm happy that they're both all these guys out there getting some rep in. But Jalen Brunson, stop taking them charges, man. Stop taking them charges, man. We do not need you to get one of these guys from one of these other countries hit you with the charge with the elbow to your neck and do some crazy something. Stop,
right.
And I'm glad that they lowered it. I mean, I think last game we played 10 minutes, something like that. Good. Keep them at 10 minutes. You got so many players on that thing. If Ingram want to get 40 minutes, let him get 40 minutes. Get 10 minutes, come in there and dominate. That come back home and then put all the work that you wanted to put in FIBA, put it right back in on this New York Knicks team and on the MSG basketball court, and that's where you really want to tear it up anyway.
Yeah. Nick Yak, 100% right. I'll piggyback on what Nick Yak said because they do got a lot of guards here. I mean, you got Austin Reeves. You have a lot of guys who don't have to play so many minutes because you got guys who fill that role at the backup, man, for them guys. So, yeah, I agree with you on Nick Yak. They got a lot of guards there, so he'd be okay. But let's just hope while he in the game, because he can get hurt at any time. Let's just hope that he don't get too crazy. But I'm really looking forward to that young man having the All-Star season, possible All NBA. All depends. I think Jalen Brunson got light the NBA up this year. I really do. He had 2 years in a row where coming out of Dallas, he really finally got his shine. Represented in the playoffs, got to the Western Conference Finals. Now everybody know what he could do. Come here to the Knicks last year, damn, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think this guy gonna come out here and light it up, man. He one of the top ballers. I think he want to equate himself with the best in the league. Jalen Brunson want to equate himself as with the best of the league. I think this cat playing towards that. So I'm thinking that he'll shine, but let's hope he don't get hurt because we need that dude for real. For when they had it going, 29. Nick Yak had 29. Like I went to we went shop Howard said a few minutes ago. He just raising his trade stock, so that's a good thing. RJ definitely got to step it up a notch, my man. He do it. Beloved 73. RJ get up there, we'd be good to go. Brunson out. He is a superstar to me, man. Anybody could do what that man doing. This cat literally 2 years in a row. Dana took his team with the help of whoever was on the team. Dana to the finals. That's what superstars do. Jalen Brunson, can you imagine if Julius Randle, when they got hurt, we had another guy to step up against Miami? Jalen Brunson would have to went to the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. That's what superstars do. They put you on their back and they take you to where you got to go. And that's cat. When Luka went down, you're like, nah, I got this. You know what I mean? Randall went down. No, I got this. Superstar type stuff right there. So you're 100% right, beloved 73. So let's hope that he can do it, man. So he's playing well out in FIBA right now. We got guys out there representing, man. So salute to all the guys out in FIBA for doing what you're doing, man. Hopefully y'all guys win it all for the New York for the USA and bring it on home. And then we get ready for the Olympics when you put the big dogs up in there, the KDs and the Giannis and the LeBron and this and that. So till we get to that point. We'll be there, man. Salute my man Billy Goat. What's popping, my brother? Thank you for coming in. But listen, man, this is the next segment, man. A big interesting thing coming up, man. And I want everybody when we talk about the next segment, not so much feeling emotions, but I'm talking about numbers and style of play. We're gonna get into the Emmanuel Quickly thing because October 26th, Emmanuel Quickly is eligible for that extension from the Knicks. So I really want to really talk about his game, his numbers and everything, not from so much a sentimental standpoint, but does it make sense for the Knicks to take Quickly with the extend Quickly long term with DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Quentin Grimes? I mean, and all that because Knicks might be gearing up for something more bigger, and do they just say no, we're not going to extend him? And we just wait to see what happens on the market. We got quite sure they got his bird rights. See what other teams offer to give him. Let the market dictate what the Knicks want to pay Quickly, or do we just go ahead and extend them on the 26, which we'd be able to cap it? It don't matter, but that's a good one to get into, Shop. That's why I want to really talk about that, because he's going to play a pivotal role for the Knicks this year. But at the same time, that money lingering over him in the franchise, and that's a lot of money to give quickly when you got guys like you literally gave DiVincenzo 4 years. That don't equate to quickly's money, but you just gave Josh Hart $18 million 4 years, or whatever the case may be. 3 years, 3 years with a team option, 4 years with an option, with a team option. So how did that fit into the Emmanuel Quickly's time with the Knicks? Do you think the Knicks extend him? What do you think? Or do you think they're going to wait till the season is over, this season is over, and then go into the off season in 2024, seeing they're going to see what team want to match, or what team make an offer and they match him? So I'm leaning toward the Knicks might not sign Quickly this year. Just let them get to that level, and then we'll reevaluate that when. Even if you sign him now, they're still only going to be on $4 million on the book this year, cap wise, whatever he get now. So it's really interesting to see, or are they going to extend his cap on October, or just let him go into free agency?
Well, it's either one or two things with Quickly. Either they sign him now and pay him quote unquote the big bucks, or they wait and see how much teams are willing to offer for him and see if they can match him. I'm pretty sure Leon Rose has already had IQ in the thing. Tell him, listen, I don't, I blah 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 blah. We're either going to do one or two things. We're either going to sign you now, or we're going to sign you. If they get him now, and they get him now at 20 million or whatever the rate that they're talking about getting him, it may be more beneficial because he might go into the restricted free agent and get offered 25 million. I mean, what you gonna do then? I mean, what you gonna do then? You can't afford him then. You really can't get him then. 25 million and they're talking that he's gonna be 4 years, 5 years on a team that he could start. I don't know. I think we bite the bullet and give him maybe 19 to 21 million dollars and see if we can hold on to him. And in a year or so, because if we sign him now, we won't be able to trade him to next year anyway. Okay. So sign him now and see what happens in the season. And all these guys right now, Josh Hart, you can't trade this year. Not gonna be able to trade Josh Hart. You're not gonna be able to trade. You might. I'm not sure about DiVincenzo, but I think Josh Hart, you can't trade him at the trade deadline and nothing like that because his money is almost like that poison pill. Somebody else got that almost like a poison pill type deal that you can't really trade him for after they sign his deal. He can't trade him six months after the deal or some stuff like that I've been seeing out there. So, sign him now and wait till next year and see what happens. I think I would rather do that with him than to let him go and someone outbid us for him. Offer him $25 million, $27 million to come start in Houston or come start in Toronto or come start in Miami or one of those spots like that. Okay. Let's get him signed then so we can get that over our head. We will be in a luxury tax, but we can clean that up by the trade deadline.
Yeah. Let's look at it. This is the thing that I want to go over, and we'll talk about this stuff. Let's just go through his bio, right, and everything like that. Obviously, 14 points, 15 points a game last year, 4.2 rebounds, 3.4 assists, PER 16.3. Not bad. His career average went up from 11 to 12 points a game in his career. He improved. He's getting better, as you can see. His game is always getting better. Obviously, if y'all follow the cursor, this 2020-2023 season, he got a $4.1 million with a team option. So obviously, they're going to pick that up. They're going to pick it up. There's no question about it. They're going to pick it up. The thing is, do you extend them or you pick it up? You know what I mean? So I think no matter what, Quickly playing for New York Knicks this year, unless you would have to have a blockbuster, a trade came by, you send them, which I don't think that's going to happen. But what I like about Quickly is that his growth over the years that he's been here. First year, 11 points a game. Second year, 11. Third year, 14, 15 points a game. Defense got better. He used to be that just a three-point shooting quickly with the little floater. But he done improved his game in a lot of ways since he's been in the league the last couple of years. He seemed like he's really, really starting to understand the NBA. He got ice in his veins. He's not scared of nothing. He go hard. I like Manuel quickly. I really do, man. He's been a guy. So he just didn't step. He didn't have it this year in the playoffs. Everybody go through it. He doesn't have it. Then he got injured in the playoffs, obviously as well against Miami. So that affected his game. But I think for what he had done since he's been a rookie to New York, you can't really be mad at quickly by his growth. Stat wise, over the last couple of years, he's durable. Quickly played 81 games last year. Rookie year 64, second year 78. The past season, he played close to like 81, I think, something like that, or close to that anyway. Played quite a few games last year for New York Knicks. So, he's a durable guy. He's durable. He's always there, ready to play. And then you look at his numbers. Field goal percentage coming out of his rookie year. Obviously, he didn't shoot too well in 20, 40%, then 49, 40% last year. So you do want to see if we can raise that limit from his field goal percentage. 3 points in his rookie year, shot down there 40%. Then it went down to 34%, 31, like roughly 31, 35, I think, last year. So he definitely didn't do too well from the 3-point line, but the field text, foul text, his technical free throw shoot. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm all mixed up here. His free throw shooting is always up in the high 80s, damn near 90. Defense got better. I like his rebounding numbers from a guard perspective. You look at his rebounding numbers through his career. He's getting better at that. Since the turnover ratio is decent, all that. So for me, Shot Powers, look at the 3-point shooting numbers. They started going down. I think they're going to be because of more attempts. For his rookie year, he had 155. He shot 40%. Then there 38, 39%. 2021, he had 22 more attempts. It went down to 34%. Now, 3-point, he had 93 plus. I got to add the other one, 93 plus, 93, 196, 186. He had 100 now, but the more he started shooting, look at the numbers went down. 312. Because the more attempts he got, the percentage tapered off. So that equate to his money he gonna get from the Knicks. Let's put it like that. You see, the money that he gonna get from the Knicks, does all that play into it as he played more games and he get a little bit more. He getting the freelance now. He getting the shots up, so he definitely getting them up. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. But what do you think about Quickly's number after watching that right there? How do you feel about 17 million or more?
I mean, I think we signed him. The one thing that I noticed about this regime, Leon Rose and his cohorts, is they take care of their players. They took care of Burks. They took care of Noel. They took care of Kemba. Everybody that came here, they took care of them. So I think they're going to take care Quickly. I mean, they like Quickly. I think Quickly could have been a starter for us this year if we didn't get Brunson. So last season, so I believe they take care of him. I mean, they then took care of everybody else. Why they only 2 players left is him and Quentin Grimes, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to take care of Quentin Grimes too.
Okay, yeah, man. I think it's a win-win no matter what. Whether they keep him or not, he's a good asset for them. He got value, man. Like I said, I'm about seeing cats get better as they go on. He's one of them guys that did that. Despite that's why I said if we take all the sentimental stuff out, his rookie year, him and Maxey have grown in the NBA. They grown. Every year they looking to get better and try to improve their careers. And it's not even about us. Let me make this here real quick. It's not about us. You know why? The NBA, not us. The NBA put him up to 6th man of the year. Coaches. The coaches, the scout evaluator, whoever picked that award for the NBA, they had a man who could run up the 6th man of the year in the NBA. So that means a lot, ladies, not because of what we may think about him. The people who evaluate him every day, they think highly of him because they made him one of the better 6 men in the NBA. He was the runner-up for the 6th man of the year. So that got to tell you that, regardless of what people may think, the NBA did this. The people who make these decisions and listen, Manuel quickly for the New York Knicks, it was in the running for the 6th man of the year. You know what I mean? And so I think they see something that, without the feelings and emotions aside, they see something about the guy that his game rewarded him of being that guy. Behind Malcolm Brogdon. It's 400. There's a lot of players in the NBA, Shot Powers, and all them players who come off the bench in the NBA. For all them guys who come off the bench in the NBA, and there's a lot of them, Emmanuel Quickly was the second best, according to the people who make these decisions about these players. Second best in the league, 6th man of the year. So, that means that he worthy of what he getting. Me, I always say, Shot Powell, $1 million a point. You know how I do. You get a point, you get $1 million. You get 20 points, you get $20 million. Emmanuel Quickly had 15 points a game last year, so he gonna see $15 million to me. You know what I mean, or whatever. That's just some announcement I came up with. And pretty much, you see Katie and them when they getting 30 points a game or whatever, 40, and Cat getting $30-40 million. Or Donovan Mitchell, so I think that's why I look at it from the standpoint of where the NBA best know other than the people who they picked the man here. And I think he did help the Knicks win. He helped the Knicks win 47 games in the regular season. You know what I mean? And overall 53. He was a big part of that. So I think that the numbers, are the numbers, but I do like Emmanuel Quickly. He played both sides of the ball. I just like he's a really team player. Tibbs and them like him. The organization like him, like you said. He's homegrown. And no matter what happens, I think he worth his money because he showed and proved. To me, it's not show and tell; it's show and prove. The man showed and proved. You know what I mean? So he didn't tell you he was good. He showed you he was good. And I think even if they don't extend him on October 26th, I still think that next year they're doing. Here's why I say that, because they probably wait. They probably say, well, you know what? When Evan Fournier money come off the books, you know what I mean? And if his money come off the books, that could be instead of Evan Fournier. Well, let me ask y'all a question. Would you rather pay Evan Fournier $19 million or you rather pay Quickly $19 million? You know what I mean? Shot Power. So that's why I think Quickly might be okay. One way or the other, he's gonna have a good career in the NBA, man. I'm not too much worried about Emmanuel Quickly. But I don't think Shot Power they extend him on the 26th. I think they let him walk into free agency and they got his rights and see what the bid is going to be.
Yeah, I mean that's the second option, and I'm pretty sure that they talked to him about it. Listen, you want us to pay you now or pay you after you see what teams are going to offer you next year? I mean, let's see what happens. You know what I mean? There'll probably be some suitors. Houston wanted them, but they ended up changing it to Van Fleet. I'm pretty sure Toronto had some chirps about wanting IQ, but they end up it could be the New York Knicks too. There could have been some offers said because there was some things streamed about a couple of teams but Leon could have probably been like, nah, I'm good. I don't want nobody from off your team. I don't want your second round picks or any small thing for IQ. So if you ain't coming, correct. Leon Rose has a price, and he has a price for every person on the team. And any package that he wants to go out and get, and he has a set price, he can win it out. I say 24-25 season is going to be a special year. This is going to be a promising year for the New York Knicks. Mm-hmm. They could pull things together if we could get these players, the Grimes of the world, the IQs of the world, and the RJ Barretts of the world to make a minute step up. You know what I mean? A little bit more potent, a little bit more efficiency. This team is going to be a crazy team to watch out for. You know what I mean? And this team is pretty much the same team that we had this year. The only two differences that what's going to happen is we're not going to start off as slow as we did last year with Evan Fournier and D Rose. And these guys has played together one full year, and they made 47 wins last year. Made it to the second round in the playoffs. I mean, same team. Only difference is Obi Toppin. And you know what I mean? I think between Josh Hart, IQ, and DiVincenzo, I think those guys can make up the points that Obi Toppin was giving us. I think between those three guys, I think all three of those guys could possibly score Josh Hart, IQ, and DiVincenzo in the second unit. I think those guys are close to 15 points a night. All three of those guys. I mean, that's how I feel. I think that three in the second unit with iHeart, that's gonna make iHeart a better player. iHeart might be the guy to have the fighting Julius Randle for assist, the highest assist on the team. Because with Josh Hart and DiVincenzo and IQ cutting to the basket, he's gonna find a whole lot of these guys. And I hope they get together quicker this year. You know, he already has a little rapport with Josh Hart, but if he gets Hoots, if they get in cahoots, him and DiVincenzo, both those guys cut to the basket hard, and iHeart, can pass the basketball. So I still think if it comes down to it, we sign IQ 17 to 22 million. I think it's somewhere in that range. High end 22 million, low end 7, around what Josh Hart and the rest of the guys, even somewhere around where Josh Hart got a little bit, maybe $1 million more than what Josh Hart got, something like that.
Yep, I tell you, man. I like what the Knicks are doing, and like a lot of wives couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm going to put them out there because a lot of wives put a head on with that. Like that's what Tibbs was doing, 3 guards, and so he could throw quickly, grind and
Mood.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, he dead on with that. So I don't have a problem with with the Knicks guy here. I like what they got. I literally like the way this team is set up. 13 players coming here. You added one, quickly was in the mix, quickly was there, man. Like I said, so. You know what? And I love to see guys come through the organization and grow. And he showed and proved. See, like he ain't no Ntilikina, he ain't no Damian Dotson. He quickly ain't no name Kevin Knox. He's not none of them guys. You know what I mean? They flamed out. He didn't flame out. You know what I mean? None of them cats got a big contract. Quickly gonna get the money. He gonna get his money because that's his work ethic. The cat like to work, man. Listen, let me tell you something. The more work you put in, the better you get. Quickly puts in work, man. Now you cannot say nothing about it enough about this Knicks organization and their players. All of them. Grimes, Quickly, you name it, they out there working. They always working. And I like IQ's moxie for the Knicks. I mean, he really embraces this shit. You know what I mean? Child Powell, he be on the court. He embraces this stuff, man. He don't run from it. He's about it. And I like players who embrace the New York atmosphere, the nostalgia about it, the fan base. Quickly get in there. He got a good game. He got swag with him. He got swag. And I think that's a good thing to have when you're playing, but he backs it up. You know what I mean? He does back it up. So being runner-up 6 man of the year, he got better. Like I said, I remember when Quickly first came into the league, shot power, 3-point shot and the floater. That's all he had. That's all he had. You know what I mean? 2020, that's all he had. Jump shot and floater. Then next year he came in that second year. What did he do? He started working. He started developing little other shots around the basket in the middle, mid-range game a little bit. He started working on that. Then his defense picked up much better. The 3-point shot wasn't there. Went down because of more attempts. Like I said earlier, the more attempts you got, obviously the less your percentage is going to be because you got a chance to miss more shots. But overall, he did a lot of good things to help his game, man. So I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping the Knicks sign him, but he's gonna play a big part of the Knicks this year. I can tell you that much. He ain't going away. Ain't like we're gonna trade him next week and nothing like that. So he'll be on his roster, and I'm hoping him and DiVincenzo, and then like you said, Josh Hart. That's a pretty good defense. They short in stature, but the defense is there though. You know what I mean? They're gonna cause a lot of problems for a lot of guys out there, man. Whether DiVincenzo picking up the point guard coming across court, whether Quickly picking up the guard coming across court, or whether J Hart doing things that he do. So their defense is going to definitely help slow a lot of teams down because, my man Dante's got a knack for stealing the ball a lot. Quickly got them nice little linky long arms. He's learned. His defense got much better the last couple of years. So I think that's going to be a pretty interesting dynamic with the Knicks and DiVincenzo and Hart and them guys. We just got to see what's we're going to send RJ to the 4 to play with the guy. But you one of these guys in training camp having to crack that rotation, they make that backup behind Randall, whether it's Roby Knight or whoever the case may be. But let's say if you go with RJ there at a 9-man, but you're using RJ at the backup 4, then we'll see that the Knicks got a pretty solid team there. They got some defenders out there, and like you said, with iHeart, what he do at the 5 spot, he defends the best he can. So I kind of like the dynamics of the team, and I'm really excited about us going into this season with what we have right now. If we don't make a move other than to get it, so it seems like it's getting closer. I done ate my sweet baby Rays on my crow already, like Evan Fournier. So but I was hoping that get resolved. But obviously, other than that, I don't see too much happen. So I'm really excited about quickly though, man. Let's go here. I hope the best for him. I'm a Knick man. I like to see young men grow. Like I said, it's all about the maturation in life. You know what I mean? You work hard. You try to get up every day and get better. And he's been doing that since he's been in the league. You know what I mean? East Coast cat, DMV. You know what I mean? East Coast basketball style. He know what it is to play over here. And he was able to play in the biggest market in the world. Shop Howard, the biggest one. This can't go unsaid about these players who play for New York Knicks. The biggest market, the biggest media, the biggest fan base damn near, and all of them got thoughts about they play one way or another. You know what I mean? Whether it's on here, on Twitter, whatever, you're always going to hear somebody critiquing the Knicks play a game. So for Quickly and guys like that to be able to make it through here with all the critiquing about their game, whether some people like it, some people don't. Some people think they trash. Some people don't think he trash. Some people think that, so to handle all that tells me that if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And I think let's hope that happens for our boy Obi. Obi didn't seem like he didn't make it here. It could be because of the playing time or whatever. But so far, Quickly has handled it pretty well. So I think we'd be okay with him. I really do. I think we'd be okay. With Quickly, man. So salute to him. Let's see what he do.
Yeah, I mean, this team is, with the small change of Obi being gone and DiVincenzo being in that second unit is going to change the team a little bit. I think, I think if we thought they ran fast last year, maybe they may get a little quicker. You know what I mean? With these guys that like to break out, grab the rebound, and run with the ball. You know what I mean? And make easy baskets. You know what I mean? I stick to this, man. I think we come out of the gate a little stronger this year. We already got our starting 5 and our 4 men off the bench is already solidified already, if you ask me. Josh Hart, IQ, DiVincenzo, iHeart. Those are 4 guys coming in for our starters. And RJ is going to probably play that stagger role like he did last year. 6-7 minutes in 6-7 minutes down in the quarter, he comes out and he starts the second quarter with everybody from off the bench. So it played well, last year. We sit sometimes. I sit and think maybe I think too much, but we were the youngest team in the playoffs last year. We won 47 games. We had one of the top 10 offenses in the league, one of the top 10 defensive in the league. And, we still get ridiculed. I mean, we still get talked about. People are still pointing fingers at players and stuff like that. This is a good team, and I can't wait to see what Julius, like we were talking to the background, Divine, Julius Randle looking like an action figure again. He's getting ripped and ready. You know what I mean? I haven't seen, but I don't know. I just can't. I gotta try to find Mitch on the X because I never see anything about Mitchell Robinson going on and stuff like that. But everyone else, Quickly, Quickly, Grimes. You see these guys in FIBA right now. You're seeing a lot of stuff from a lot of players that we watch, and I expect for them to come back this year a little better than they were last year. I mean, a little niche in everyone's percentage makes us a better team. And I think we come out the gate a little stronger because the starting 5 is the same starting 5 we had all last year.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Salute Nick 100, Billy G, the GOAT, my man. Salute to you as well. Nick 1 Day, 2 Day, Nick Yak, everybody, man. Salute to you guys. JJ, everybody for coming in the building. So I think the quickly thing will be fine. But what's interesting, and the reason why I want to bring up the quickly segment, not only because of the numbers, because make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, going into next year, 2024-25, the New York Knicks will make a move for somebody. I just think that's the year they let this season play out. That's why they bought 13 back, signed DiVincenzo, and they didn't look to go too crazy. Because next year is going to be when all this stuff really start taking place. Man, I think what depends what happened in Philly, depends what happened there. That's why I want to go into the next segment. Everybody linked to the Knicks, Giannis, Joel, Donovan, everybody. So I think this year right now, at least up to the trade deadline, the Knicks going to roll what they got. They're going to try to get deep as they can this year. Then I think next summer, something will go down. I just it's just no way it can't. Something will go down if it don't go down this year. I agree with you, Billy Goat on that one. And so I do think like the Giannis situation, you hear about his situation. I think that's a long stretch, but it is out there. If Milwaukee don't do something, he might want to. You never know. He might want to get out Milwaukee. If James Harden actually don't stay in Philly, you don't know what's going to happen with Embiid. And I don't think Donovan Mitchell going to sign an extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's why I put them three guys out there. If any trade rumors that you heard about or anything, I do think the Embiid one and I think the Donovan Mitchell one, to me, is legit. I think them literally could be legit rumors. Giannis, I don't think that's a stretch. You know what I mean? But I do think them other guys, that's something that the Knicks will look at next year. And I think that next year they would look at that and see what happens with that, the Philly situation and Donovan Mitchell situation. I just don't see Donovan Mitchell staying there. I just don't see it. $300 million or whatever if he gets to all NBA, whatever. So, but we'll see, man. It's going to be a really interesting year. But for me, all them guys can do what they do. I think for me, Joel is an interesting thing because of what he could do for the Knicks and from his solid game. I watched some videos of my man a few minutes ago, and he got they throw that man the ball. I seen like 3 dudes collapsing on him, like throwing the ball. Half of the whole fucking team was collapsing on him, and you just leaving everybody on that perimeter wide open. And with his skill set is so amazing. That's why I was so intrigued by him. It was like, this cat, they threw in the ball, Shot Powers, and the cat, everybody collapsed. I mean, so if you would look at the guys he would play with, so that could have been Grimes there, Brunson there, RJ over there, Randall over there, got all 5 of them into the paint and left them all open. So I do think he's an intriguing guy, man, because his skill set and everything like that, man. And he's one of them guys that we gotta look at down the line, but let's look at some of Joel Embiid, what he could do with the basketball, and you'll see why I'm intrigued by some of the things that for the Knicks, man. I just think that this cat really can change this thing for us, man. If it came down to it, because the cat got skills. So let's watch a little bit of that right here, and I'll point out some things that really had me psyched about some of this stuff. I mean, look when you look at him play, Shot Powers. Look at the collapsing on the defense. Like he had a ball, and everybody goes to him. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. Now look at all these cats. Look at that. It's like 3 or 4 dudes open, man. You know what I mean? See, Mitchell Robinson can't give us that in the middle like that. You know what I mean? But the kid is, look at James Harden with the bad pass. I mean, this cat is like, yo. So I mean, he commands a lot of attention, and I think with a team like what we have, with if Grimes get that 3-point going, if Brunson got it going, if Randall hitting it, that opens up a nightmare on the Knicks, man. Because I mean, how are you going to guard these dudes when you know that he doing what he doing? So it's just interesting to see, man. He run the floor, he can shoot it from everywhere. He got game all over the place. This cat is So I just put him up because I know the Knicks going to do something. I'm not saying we're going to get him, but this look at the team. 1, 2, 3. He got 3 guys wide open, just literally wide open, and that's what the Knicks is missing. somebody who could dominate like that and command that much defense pressure. And all these cats on the perimeter just sitting there, waiting to pop a shot. So I think guys like Embiid, they're a dime a dozen, man. They're a dime a dozen. He gets the shot blocking. To me, look at the hustle on the defense. You know what I mean? That's pretty impressive for a guy like that, man. So, and his size. And that's really amazing to me to see what he could do with the basketball. So a guy like that with Brunson, to me, RJ Brunson, the guy inside outside game, I meant to say, he's a nightmare. He really is a nightmare. That pick that right there, that's Brunson and one. We don't got nobody could do that. Not Robinson and Josh Hart. I'm not Josh Hart. I Hart. Knock him down from out there. I mean, so it's interesting, So I see why the Knicks want him, because what he could do for our offense. Literally, he can open up that thing where you can't even triple. You triple team him down in the paint. Look at this play right here, and look at everybody open. Watch this here. Look, 4 people around him. You got 3 guys on the perimeter, wide open. That's the reason why I would love to see that cat in the Knicks uniform. But like I said, besides that, I feel like what we have, but he's one of them guys that will be in a Knicks uniform, I think, or the Knicks will make a attempt to go at him, because I think what he could do for our offense, he can open up our offense to another level. Because if you don't, you're gonna have to double, triple team that dude. He's that good. Like, you're gonna have to double, triple team. If not, he gonna get you. He got 47 on the joke of everybody. So I think he will make our offense so prolific, because our 3-point percentage would go through the roof with Grimes open like that, or when there's somebody collapsing to try to help him out, help out the center, they collapsing and leaving them guys wide open. His game just fits the Knicks type of play. With the way Tipton play basketball, Joel Embiid, to me, fits the Knicks, because he's able to, how would I say, open up that offense where them cats they spread the floor, because if he got that ball by himself, if you don't double team him, he's scoring on you. Or you don't triple team, he's scoring on you. And if you do triple team him, then you left the guys on the outside open. And he got enough game where he can move out to the 3-point line and open up that middle for RJ, Randall, Brunson to go downhill. So that's what the only thing Robinson can't do for us is that, because he don't have the offense skill set to open up them lanes and command to make the other team defense kind of adjust to what we're doing. So that's why I like him, Shot Powers. He definitely could change what we got going on for the Knicks.
Yeah, I'm not. If you're talking, Embiid is talking about he's ready to go to the Knicks, and he's he requesting a trade, and the only spot that he wants to go to is New York. I think the Knicks can figure out a way to get him. A 65 game season from Embiid plus the playoffs. We're a deadly team, and I don't think Embiid would take away the full. He wouldn't put too much of a dent into what we have right now. I mean, maybe 2 or 3 players, maybe 3 or 4 picks, maybe 3 first-round picks, and maybe 2 or 3 protected picks. I think we could get him. I mean, if he would change what the New York Knicks would, and he's been rumored to come to the Knicks. Like you said, Devon, there's a couple of guys that's always rumored to come to the Knicks.
Right.
There's always rumors for, another guy that we haven't mentioned. I didn't forget his name, so I'll come back. The guy from Chicago that was in San Antonio. I got his name on the tip of my tongue.
DeMar DeRozan?
DeMar DeRozan, another guy that's always mentioned about coming to the Knicks. So, if we could get Embiid and it doesn't mess up the infrastructure of what we have, I'll take him on. He's all Embiid. He's one thing that Embiid does is he does everything. He could shoot a jump shot. He could hit the free throws. He could hit a 3-point. He could back to the basket you. He could play pick and roll, pick and pop. He could hit the 3-point shot, and he can play defense. I mean, he is one of those guys that you can say is an all-around superstar in the league. He can play. Only thing that he hasn't accomplished is getting the ring. I mean,
right.
And If we could get him, I wouldn't be opposed to, as long as we, as long as we don't mess up the infrastructure, and that Jalen Brunson will still be here. I mean, it'll depend on if it's Julius Randle or R.J. Barrett and Quentin Grimes or IQ, or however they would work it out. Maybe all four of those guys. But however they would work it out in order to get Embiid here, I wouldn't be opposed to having Embiid here. He's a little older, he's a little hurt a lot of times, but like I said, if we could get 65 games from Embiid, 65 games from Embiid and the playoffs, I think we'll be in good shape. 65 games, I think we'll win all 65 of those games that he played. And hopefully, let me rephrase that. I think we can win about 45 of those games, or what I say, 65 games, 50 games with him being on the court. And I mean, in those we may lose every other game, but I think a high percentage of the games with him in the game, we can win those games.
Yeah, real talk. I'm not clamoring for Embiid. Shot Power, I gotta give me 1 second, man. Hold the segment down. I gotta take a break. I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. I got you. Yeah, nothing about just the rumors. We're just talking about what the rumors are. I mean, the rumor mill out there is Embiid. There's also a rumor mill about Donovan being here next year. 24-25 is going to be a big year for us, and that's going to be what really what we have to really elevate these players that we have. I used to say build their stocks, but right now we need to get these guys out there and build their stocks. And I mean, the best way to get another player that we want is by having players that can fill in money wise, and also that are good looks on another team. And I believe that we got so many, there's not many players that, but another thing that may change is Brunson playing in FIBA this year, playing with all these other high superstar guys and seeing how he operates. Maybe they can jiggle or shake somebody free. But like, yeah, I played with Brunson in the FIBA. I mean, he's pretty good over there at FIBA, man. I wouldn't mind playing with the Knicks over there. I might have to pay more money out of my pocket, because New York, they tax the crap out of you. But maybe I could go over there and win a ring or something like that, make the team more energetic. So that's one of the big things right now. And Donovan Mitchell is another name that's been destined to come here for the last umpteen years, to come here and play with the New York Knicks right now. And we just missed getting him last year because of the package that they wanted for him. You know what I mean? And we may have a chance to get him with no package, 24-25. I mean, maybe we might have to clear the books and make a couple of trades to get him here, if that's what the Knicks want to do. I'm not, I thought, Donovan Mitchell with we all say this, Donovan Mitchell with Brunson in the backcourt, short backcourt like that. But you know what you can guarantee? That Brunson will probably get you 25 points, and Donovan Mitchell will probably get you 25 points as well. So, if they can get players around them to help them play defense, they can change. You keep a Mitchell Robinson and maybe, somebody that's a wing that everybody wants to get. We put a defensive wing out there with Mitchell Robinson and Embiid, and maybe you can have some defense around those two guys. I was just talking about the Donovan Mitchell, the rumors about Donovan Mitchell. They're always running around here and stuff like that. So, it's something to think about. Us thinking about it, it's just throwing it out there because the Knicks already got an idea of what they want to do in 24-25, and right. I'm pretty sure they got 3 or 4 players that they already eye-piecing and already got the contracts ready. And once this year goes, the one thing about this year is we're not going to be able to trade any of the guys. I don't think Dante DiVincenzo could be traded at the trade deadline. I don't think Hart can be traded at the deadline, if I'm not mistaken. Both those guys, with the way their contracts were structured, if I'm correct, I'm not 100%, but I think I heard this that their contracts is constructed where that they won't be able to be traded by the trade deadline because 6 months has to be filled before their contract is annulled, can be annulled or whatever it is. So both of those guys we will not be able to trade. So we are stuck. We are stuck with who we have right now and what we have right now going through through this year. Only thing that we're a little hopeful for, a little more optimistic is about is trying to move on from Evan Fournier. Aside from that, this team that we got with the Knights and all these other guys and DiVincenzo's and all these other guys, we have them for the rest of the year.
Yeah, man. Listen, whatever the Knicks decide to do, we're gonna be Knicks fans regardless. I put this out there because that's what's out there in the atmosphere. You know what I mean? I'm not cramming for these cats to come here. I like the team we got, but from a Knicks perspective, this is something that the Knicks are gonna do. It ain't what Divine gonna do. I'm saying, when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm always looking at it from the side of what I think the Knicks are gonna do, not what I want to do. It don't matter. It don't matter what I want to do. I ain't signing these jokers. I ain't got the money to sign them. Whenever I talk about Embiid or Giannis or Donovan Mitchell, because that's what's out there in the atmosphere, and we think the Knicks are thinking about doing things. And listen what the Knicks have said, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been following the Knicks since Leon Rose and them came aboard, they said they're gonna wait because they knew they cap situation, Shot Power. They're gonna wait for a disgruntled player. This is their words. They're gonna wait for that disgruntled player. They're gonna to get out of their situation. And they're gonna make that move to bring. That's the way they're gonna have to bring that star here. You know what I mean? That's the way they're gonna have to bring him here because right now they don't have the money to trade for him. I mean, they don't have the money to buy him to get him in the free agent market. That's been their MO all along. Is to wait. Let's wait till when these cats don't want to be on that team anymore, and we're gonna go after them. That's why they built all this capital. The Knicks is not gonna use all these draft picks. That's why they got them all. They said the best way for us to get a superstar is because our financial situation is get a lot of draft picks, get some quality players, get some good contracts to get off the books that we need be, and we can go in there and deal with the situation. And that's wheel and deal. And that's why we put it out there like that, because that's what they're gonna do. The Knicks put themselves in a situation to say the Knicks they can give away a lot of their draft picks and still have their own. See, that's what's so crazy to me. Why I see what they were doing. They can give away draft picks that they got from other teams and still keep theirs. You know what I mean? So they put themselves in a good situation. Frank Monto, what's popping, my man? Good to see you, Frank. Salute. Frank Monto, the South in the house. Salute to everybody in the chat, the God Allah Wise, Nick Yak, everybody. Salute to the chat, Nick 100, everybody. But yeah, Shot Power. So no matter who it may be, I mean, who wanted some guy that you got, if you had to pick a guy, everybody, what guy do y'all want to see on the Knicks? Because believe me, who do you think going to help Knicks get to the top? Obviously, like I said, the last segment, a lot of these teams getting to the top got superstar players. So who do y'all guys want to see? If the Knicks had to go after somebody, who would you want to see on the Knicks that you think can help get the Knicks to that level? If it's not Embiid, if it's not Giannis, who do you think that you can put on the Knicks? If I'm talking about championship, what guy in the NBA that most likely they can get him? Who would you want to see that to put him on the Knicks and say, you know what? That guy help us get a ring. So Frank said not LeBron. Beloved said Brandon Ingram. That's interesting. He said Beloved said Anthony Edwards. He put down some real dogs out there though for sure. Them are good too with a Brandon Ingram and Anthony Edwards. They definitely gonna be. I know Brandon Ingram. No, Anthony Edwards heading toward that way. He really is. He's gonna be that dog. He's gonna be that dude. I can say that much. This is superstar driven league, ladies and gentlemen. And I think I said that to you the last time. You look at the last 20 championships. Other than the Detroit Pistons.
Superstars.
Who won the last year? A superstar. Who won the year before that? A superstar. Who won the year before that? A superstar. And that superstar driven lead when it comes to getting rings. This is that guy you can say on any given night, I don't care if my foot hurt. I'll put your team on my back and take you to where you need to go. That's what wins championships in this league. You know what I mean? So for the Knicks, are we seeing? Yeah, but they ain't won a championship yet. I'm talking about a guy who could take you to the promised land, who could win it for you. I ain't talking about somebody get you to the Eastern Conference Final or the Western Conference Finals. Get a guy. I want to know a guy who can win that thing. I like Jason Tatum. He ain't won it yet. I like Jalen Brown. He ain't won it yet. I like a lot of guys in the league. I like Ingram. They dope. They ain't take their team there yet. So what I'm asking, I'm not saying they won't be that, but if the Knicks had to go after a superstar, I'm talking about a superstar, not a star player. I'm talking about a superstar player who will help the Knicks get over that hump. And right now, Giannis is one of the guys who probably could do that. Think about this here. Paul George hasn't even got to the promised land yet when it comes to NBA championships. You know what I mean? I'm there. Like you said, Embiid haven't got there. There's a lot of guys who haven't got there. So we're gonna have to find that dude that can if that's what the Knicks are gonna do. If that's what the Knicks direction the Knicks are going, Damian Lillard haven't even got to the finals. See, certain dudes are just rare, like KD and Steph and LeBron and Kawhi Leonard at one time. These cats could take you there. We got to see who's going to be that next man up, Shot Powell. And I think if that dude come available, I think the Knicks are in a good situation to go get that. They got enough infrastructure to go get it. If there's only one player, the Knicks can go get one player and still not damage their infrastructure. That's how good a position they're in. That's why I say it could be one player. It could be one player at superstar level that the Knicks can go get because they got the infrastructure to get it, and it still won't affect the franchise moving forward. So we had to see, man. It's definitely going to be, a guy that can help get us there. And I think it will be. These are a bunch of guys that could be that guy. We are close enough. We aren't. That makes sense. I can see that. You know what? For me, I agree to that, Will. But here's where I'm getting at right now. Other than Jalen Brunson, this was important, ladies and gentlemen. Hear me out. Other than Jalen Brunson, there's nobody on the Knicks that could take this team if Jalen Brunson go down or have a bad game, can put you on their back and say, we're going to win this thing. The Knicks don't have nobody like that. You understand what I'm saying, Shot Powers? Think about it. Other than Jalen Brunson, the Knicks do not have no player, not even on that stratosphere, who can say, don't worry about it, he had a bad game, I'm going to take you out to the play. That's a superstar. That's a real star. Like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler say to Miami, I don't even consider him a superstar, but he got enough in him to say, you know what? If you having a bad game, I'm going to will you to win this game. I got enough talent. I think people underestimate these superstars and talent guys. These cats can get it done. I mean, they get it done on every given night with no hesitation. Like no matter what, I'm dropping this on you, and I'm going to keep us in this game with the talent that's around them. So I do think that we not championship material. Anything can happen in the NBA to get there, but and I think that we got enough character on our team to fight to get there. But it reared its ugly head against the Miami Heat when Jalen Brunson was the only one that had a good game and everybody else couldn't do nothing. That's what I'm trying to say when that about a superstar. And I'm not. I think I'm not. Randall is a star. Randall is not a superstar. Randall is a star. He's not a superstar. And I'm not going. Much as people get on Randall Shaw Powers about against Atlanta, that had nothing to do with Randall. We didn't have a player to help Randall in that first playoff year that we went there with Tibbs. It was Randall and a bunch of average players. Average players. RJ wasn't even with him. Yeah. So but I do think Randall sometimes can get inconsistent, and also the way they game plan for him. Sometimes when you game plan for a certain person, it makes it hard. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Randall won't get a ticket. I'm a Randall guy. And I think Randall is an all NBA player, but Randall's not a superstar. So Let's see this year. Let's see. I'm hoping Randall. I hope Randall brother take us right to the Eastern Conference Finals, which I think they can. I think this team good enough to go there. I think Randall, a healthy Brunson, them two I'm not worried about. I think they can get us there. I think Randall is that good, but I still don't think that they are on certain levels of other players in the NBA who can really go out there and do it all the time. That's the difference to me. I think Jalen Brunson getting there because he just showed improved 2 years in a row. We just wait for Randall to get it. We need a Randall to really get in that playoff this year and saying that this playoff stuff is not a fluke. And I don't think it is a fluke. I think the first year he got hurt, I think the Atlanta Hawks they just said, listen, triple team Julius Randle. They don't got nobody else who could beat us. They did their game plan worked out just the way they wanted to work out. It wasn't because Randall choked in the playoff. No, the Atlanta Hawks predicated their team on stopping Julius Randle because they know nobody else on that team was that good. So that's what they had to do. This year he got injured. So I think Randall got the skill set and all that to make it happen. But we also got to remember what goes on in the playoffs with the frustration, the mental part of the game, Shot Powers. If the refs don't call something your way, are you going to be able to handle the pressure? And some guys are just cool, calm, and collective like that. Like, these cats can handle this shit. They just handle it and say, okay, you know what? That's all right. Giannis can handle it. LeBron can handle it. You know what I mean? These guys can handle that stuff, man. They already get superstar status calls anyway. So so I think we will get a guy like that eventually. And you're right, Charlotte. They smothered Randall. That's you dead on about it. That's what they did. It wasn't because Randall wasn't good. They just had a game plan for him. Listen, RJ wasn't a good shooter at the time. It was sophomore year. Derrick Rose was Derrick Rose, and nobody else on that team. Because all you had was Reggie Bullock, Elfrid Payton, Hurt Mitchell Robinson, Noel. I mean, you didn't have nobody on the caliber of the guys I'm talking about. So yeah, I think that's what it came down to. But I think the Knicks can go there this year. Man. I think they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals with the team they got, Shot Powers. And so it's never no shade about them. But I just know this is a superstar-driven league. That's, I guess, my point of the whole thing is like nothing out of the last 20, 30 years, for all I can remember, the people who win the rings are superstars. You know what I mean? So
this is the year right here for Julius Randle to try to make that next plateau. I mean, he's made it to the All-Stars two out of the 4 years he's been here already. He's been top 15 2 times already. This is the year. If it was a fifth, we always say that we all be sipping right now. But if you say, I just say if Julius was healthy this season, and I mean this last playoffs, it may have been a different. We may be talking different of if we made it past Miami and made it to the third round. I mean, made it to the playoffs. Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, excuse me. Julius Randle, only 2 times that he's made it to the playoffs has been with the Knicks, and 2 times certain things happened. One time, like Shaw Legacy said, he was smothered. The Hawks put all the gravy on him. They kept it was like 4 play. He was so there was so much on top of him. He couldn't even pass the ball out. It frustrated him. The next time he was there, he had a hurt foot. So if he comes in this year, maybe third time's the charm. Maybe he comes in this year and he goes to elite status with us. You know what I mean? Maybe he goes elite status with us, scoring 20, 25 points. I mean, hypothetically, I'm just throwing it out there because I'm a Knicks fan. But maybe he'll 25, 12, and 9. I mean, he go out there and do something like that in the whole playoffs this year. A healthy Randle. I mean, that's the biggest thing that we need for the whole team, health. If we can go in healthy, we can make damage in the playoffs. And I mean, this year we were out, even though IQ didn't have a great playoff, a great playoffs this year. Guarantee you, he would have had if he didn't get hurt his foot, he could have possibly had a breakout game. You know how IQ shoots. He made, the all the stuff on top of him, all the pressure and the pressure and the pressure. Then the next game he comes out, just scored 32 points or 28 points or some big number. That's what we look for. That's what we're looking for this year. So we got some. I'm optimistic about what we can do this year and how Julius Randle will come out this year. I think if we go down with Jalen Brunson, the worst part. I think we could parlay it if Jalen Brunson go down. I hate to say it, but if Julius Randle goes down, I don't know what we're gonna do. If Mitchell Robinson goes down early in the season, I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle get hurt early in the season. If RJ gets hurt, we can finagle RJ. If Brunson gets hurt, I think we can fill in a spot to finagle something with if he gets hurt or something like that. If Julius goes down, we in trouble. If Mitchell Robinson goes down early in the season, we in trouble. That's what I believe.
Yeah. You can't. Knicks don't go nowhere without Julius Randle. I'm sorry. Well, they can weather the storm until he get back.
Right.
Make no mistake about it. That's what trips me out about a lot of some of our fans. Like Julius Randle literally is an all NBA player, man. The cat got game. He doing it in the hardest place to play. And just to answer the guard court, because I don't want to forget about it. A lot wise, Ja Morant, I don't think he is a superstar. And I understand what you're saying with the superstar and is in the media driven as well. But some of these cats literally are superstars. Like they are. They not that. But Ja Morant, I don't think he is. To answer your question, I don't think so. So I agree with you with a lot of it is predicated on the media. But I just try to go by the guys who won the ring. The guys who took their team to the promised land, that's what superstars do. And some of them, like even Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing, they didn't win it, but they got them there. You know what I mean? Shot Powers, they didn't win it. But they got their team there. That's why they in that superstar bracket. Their numbers don't lie. And to me, that's why I try to look at these superstars. Their numbers don't lie, and they team was always there. Because you got to think about Patrick Ewing. He never played with another star. John Starks he was all right. Charles Oakley was all right. Allen Houston was all right. Can you imagine if Patrick Ewing would have had a running mate like Jordan had with Pippen, or David Robinson had with Tim Duncan, or somebody with this guy? You know what I mean?
If he would have had Bernard.
Yeah, there you go. So I said, look at Charles Barkley. I mean, these cats didn't win it. They didn't win it, but they still were superstars in their own right. And I think we're gonna be okay, man. I like this team. I'm definitely thinking this team battle for the Eastern Conference Final. See, a lot of people got the Knicks written. No, they think that was just a fluke last year. No, it wasn't. Jalen Brunson will always keep the Knicks in contention. That guy is a winning basketball player. He is that good. He really is. And I think long Jalen Brunson running point guard for the New York Knicks. That would have been nice. Clyde Drexler Ewing. These cats, man. They were superstars, but they just didn't get over the height thing. And Kerry Collins, Dwight Howard was the real deal, man. I think a lot of people don't go back to look at Dwight Howard enough in his early years. That boy was a monster kid. I mean, that cat was something else in his early days. So that's not a lot of things a lot of guys don't get credit to. Boogie too. Boogie could have been that dude. He could have been that dude. Boogie Need says no. Yep. If it wasn't for that injury, Boogie Cousins was on the way of being a really potent player in the NBA. But I think that's Soto. I like Soto, but I think he still got. I was hoping that he would try had a chance. Kerry Cox, but we had to see how that go. Soto, but he playing pretty well. But did anyone hear about the Filipino we signed 6'11" forward? We looked great in the 32nd. No, I didn't. Nick Yak, I don't know who that player is. What was it Soto?
Soto.
It was Soto. They signed him?
Who signed him?
It said Nick Yak said, did anyone hear about this Filipino we signed? 6'11" forward. He looked great in the 32nd he's shown. So
we signed him? Finally? He's supposed to play in the summer league, I thought. He didn't even play in the summer league. We signed him. I didn't even see. I got to get back to doing homework.
Yeah, me too.
I'm doing too much vacationing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they signed. That's what they saying. Signed. I don't know. Well, I wish I could tell you something about Mitch. I haven't seen nothing on the. I can't find nothing. I can't even see Mitch like. I don't see nothing about Mitchell Robinson. I don't see him shooting no jump shots. I don't see him hanging out with his homeboys, dunking on him, dunking on all his homeboys, his people from around his way. I haven't seen nothing about Mitch. That's the only player that I haven't seen much of this year, and the only player that I haven't heard that he signed with someone to go under their tutelage to learn some skills from. I mean, IQ's done it already. Grimes has done it twice this year. He was under Reddick and now he's under Phone Posits. You know what I mean? So Penny Hardaway, you know what I mean? And so that's the only person I haven't really heard of. You know what I mean? I haven't seen nothing about Mitch. You know what I mean, and I hope that he signed with somebody for a month or something like that we don't know about, and he comes out explosive this year. So let's see what happens.
I'll tell you, if Mitch comes back and play more than 59 games like he did last year, like I said, he been working, he been getting his cardio in. You know, he been running out there on the track and field. Getting the obviously y'all gotta understand something too. The kid just had his wife, his significant other. I don't know if she's his wife. They just had a baby come in the world, just like Randall.
Yeah, that too. Just like he'll wear it out.
Wear it out, yeah. So he probably spent a lot of time with his newborn, which is rightfully so, because your child coming for basketball all day, every day. You know what I mean? So I give him a little, but he's been out there getting his cardio in, and I know Mitch gonna come back hungry, man. I'm looking forward to Mitch coming back this year, double machine this year. The way he did Jared Allen and Mobley them in the playoff the past season, I look for Mitch to come out there this year, man, and give us some quality minutes, do what he do. Mitch has got respect around the league, Shot Powers, and that's one thing I love about him, man. The cat got respect around the league, and I think he's gonna be okay. I'm not worried about him. I think Mitch come back this year and get it popping. I really do, and we Mitch Homer up ahead, so. But he definitely was anchoring that team, man. Listen, Mitch was part of that 47-win basketball team, and he played 59 games. Could you imagine if Mitch would have played 72? Probably Knicks would have won 50. Just for him playing 72 games, he probably would have won 50 games because of his presence down there on that court. You know what I mean? Where he changes up these teams on the defense side of the ball when he in that middle, his presence is felt down there. So if Mitch come back this year, Shaw Powers, healthy. The good thing about it, he got him and his significant other had the baby. So it's not like he going into the regular season worrying about when she's gonna have a baby or when the birth.
Yeah. Like Hard did at the end of the season this year, at the end of the playoff, when he had his twins. He was back and forth. I'm pretty sure he didn't get no sleep. He was sluggish those last couple of games that we never seen him look like that since he came here. So could be something that we could equate to the way of his play. Because he was having his baby, and I think he came right from the hospital, right from the hospital, right to the last game of the year, or something like that. He had it. I think it was a game or so before it was the fourth or fifth game or something like that. So,
Yeah. What's good, Coach? What's good, my man? Coach in the building. Salute to the chat. Nick Yak, Allow Wise, Nick 100, Will, everybody. Salute to all you guys for coming in tonight on this quiet Sunday, man. We just want to get in here and talk some Nick talk. All that good stuff with our fan, man. So you know how we do. But yeah, I like this team going into the season. I'm confident in this team. I don't have no problem whatsoever. They did the right thing by just not over rushing stuff, going out to get the MBs of the world and Dons of the world. They said, listen, we're gonna dictate how this thing gonna go. Give my man Leon Rose and their whole organization credit, man, the way they're doing this thing, Shop out. They're patient. Knicks haven't been patient in years. You know what I mean? We usually jumping at anything. But these cats been patient, man. They building this thing methodically, meticulously. They just build it the right way, and I'm really happy to see the way they building this thing, man. They just doing it the right way. They a lot of their players that they signed that came up through the organization, like we always talk about. Butcher Robinson got his bag. They drafted him. RJ got his money. They drafted him. And it's good to see. You know what I mean? This front office is doing a hell of a job compared to the years we've been watching out front office. We've been in turmoil prior to Leon Rose. It was like, don't get me wrong. I think my man did a good job with Mike Woodson and them. They kept the ship afloat. So now they're going into a whole new dimension. Let's see if they can really capitalize off this trade market going up in February. We go into into the season with the team that we got, we still gonna be looking at the Fournier mover down the line, things of that nature. So you still got what I like about it. You got $19 million literally sitting in the bank. You know what I mean? Shop out one way or the other. If nothing happened with Evan Fournier, you know you got at the end of the year you got $19 million in the bank. You know what I mean? So and they can use that to do something. And I'm really excited about that, man. So they got this thing. You got whether they sign him or not, you have Isaiah Hartenstein, $9 million coming off the book. So you got Isaiah Hartenstein and not say they won't re-sign Hartenstein, but I'm just using the money that would be available. His $19 million, Hartenstein's $9 million. You know, there you go, $28 million right there. There's some two players because they both on aspiring deals. So and they got pieces to move to add with that. So another $10 million contract, you talking about $38 million. You know what I mean? So the Knicks is in a very good spot, ladies and gentlemen. I hate this. I'm proudly happy as a Knicks fan to truly say that these Knicks are in a good spot financially, structure-wise, draft pick-wise. Anything come available on the market, the Knicks can go get them if they want them. If the Knicks want them, because of the pieces that they have, the players that they have, the money that they can generate, and the draft picks that they have, there's nobody in 2024, 25 that we can't afford. Put it like that if we wanted to. So that's a good feeling, man. It really is to be a Knicks fan and see where we at with this team and the organization and all that good stuff, man. And coach, you're 100% right. The East wide open to me. That's why I said the right player. It's by the deadline can change a lot of things. It could be it could be something small. It could be something real small. A backup power forward, 6'10", 3-and-D, who could get it. You know what I mean? With a little bit of playoff experience. Shaw Powell, you add somebody to the mix to back up Julius Randle from that perspective. This is a solid team. It's a solid team. They only have to let another 6'9", 6'10" player away that could give us some quality minutes on the defense side of the ball and could score the ball on the other side, a two-way player on both sides. And it don't got to be no superstar. Just to get us to this level where we want to go this year, I think we'd be okay. I think we would be okay. No matter who it may be. Let's see, man, going to the season, because I think P.J. Washington pretty much a sign. But there's guys out there who might have to take some deals, Shot Power, because their team ain't signed them yet. Remember, they might have to take some deals. They might say, I might have to take what do you call it? A tryout year. That's what I'm gonna call a tryout year, because nobody wanted to give me a lot of money. They might be willing to do a tryout year. The next thing you know, you got a lot of good players out there that haven't been signed yet. They can come on to the Knicks team and make it happen.
We got a good team, man, and the start of the year is going to tell us where we really going to be. Like I said, we had 47 wins last year. We lost at least 7 games by not hitting our free throws last year. We started off slow last year with Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose. And I think all those things are going to be a little different this year. At least I hope so. Mm-hmm. I mean, the first 30 games will tell us how the Knicks are really going to project themselves, how many trades they're going to make, if they're going to be looking more towards the trade deadline or looking looking forward of not making a move at all. Last year, a lot of players wanted Donovan Mitchell to make it to the New York Knicks. We didn't get Donovan Mitchell. We outlasted Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs, and with the team that we had. And I believe with all the ups and downs that we had, the hurt Mitchell Robinson, the hurt RJ last year, a couple of games without Brunson, and we still made it to the 5th seed with a slow start in the beginning of the year. Our major things to fix this year is to tweak our free throw shooting percentage. We need to get into that 80s, 80, 82, 83%, and to tweak our three-point shot. I mean, if we can sustain something around 35, 36, 37% from three-point land, we are a different team. And I think every player this year is going to come back with a chip on their shoulder because they got so close last year and players didn't perform. And I don't think those same players that did perform last year are going to do the same thing that they did, are going to do the same thing this year. I mean, I think Quickly is going to be a different player next year. I think Grimes is going to be a different player next year, and I think Mitchell Robinson is going to be a different player this year. The biggest thing about this team is health. We stay healthy, I think we can go far in the playoffs. The East is wide.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, L.I.Y., you know what? I'm Miami. Don't. I mean, I know they because of their coach, they always find a way to get to where they at. But losing Strauss and Gabe Vincent, that's gonna hurt them a lot. I think Miami gonna get hurt if they don't get Damon Lillard. I know Pat Riley never find a way to keep them competitive because they think about it, the last 2-3 years, Miami done been down into the finals. So they got something about that. They got something in the water down there that keeps them competitive. But I agree with you, without if they don't get Dame, I think, and our guys bounce back the way I think they can be. I think we overtake them for sure. I really believe that. I think they banking on that Dame Lillard thing. So I really have to see about that. But yeah, man, we got a lot of options in New York, man. We good, man. We go into the season where we got. I'm hoping Isaiah Roby or one of you guys. I'm still not giving up on my man. I know everybody probably looked at him suddenly coming off that injury in February. Hadn't played organized ball since February because he had hurt that ankle. That's why the Knicks didn't play him at the end of the season. I'm still hoping Isaiah Roby out there working out and get him and Knight get a chance to come in there and back up Julius Randle. I like that guy's game, man. I like the things that he could do. I'm just hoping that he can get in a rhythm and get comfortable because, like I said, playing summer league coming off that injury was kind of different for him. But I would love to see Roby. I like his size, man. I like his shot from out there. I'm hoping that they can make this thing work for him or Knight, Wilder, whoever. We got a lot of options out there, but I really want to see Isaiah Roby and get it popping, man. I think this cat guy. I just like his style of play. He can shoot the ball from deep. Got a nice size to him. I'm hoping this cat can really get back into his groove and make it happen. I would love to see that. Yak. Hey, you know what was interesting about that? Let me leave Nick Yak. If Jonathan Mitchell make the All-Star, make the All-NBA team, he's gonna be up in Jaylen Brown contract area. If he get the All-NBA this year, Jaylen Brown, Jonathan Mitchell gonna be up there with that $300-something million extension. So it's interesting how these guys, man, how they gonna get that money, but Jonathan Mitchell's another interesting character. We'll see how it goes, man. But we're gonna get out pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. Before we can get ready to get it popping, get on our grind and all that. But great show tonight, man. Y'all cats ain't got it going. I agree with you, Kerry Cox. They just don't have enough. I don't think they have enough. They will find a way. But as of right now, if Miami going to the season with what they got, I didn't think the Miami was better than the Knicks in the playoff, to be honest with you. I didn't think the team was better than our team. I think they played harder, and they had, because our guy Randall got injured, quickly went down.
That's it right there. That's it in a nutshell, man. I think Randall made a big difference in that series, man. I really do. Him coming back not being 100%, and everybody except for RJ, until that last game sucked. Brunson played great as well. But IQ wasn't there. Grimes didn't step up. Josh Hall was back and forth on the airplane. Handling his business at home and stuff like that with his babies coming, his two babies coming. Guys didn't look the same. I think just watching the Knicks, I think they're going to be a different team this year, and I'm just going to keep running the whole. A lot of people don't think we need to make a move and we need to do this. Let's see what happens at the end of the year. If we have 53 wins, and we're fourth in the East. You know what I mean? And only by 1 or 2 games, teams are ahead of us. The change of thought will be different. I think the beginning of this year is the beginning of the season this year. The guys that we got are going to push us forward. There's teams that we got to watch out for, but I think we're ready for any team to come.
Yeah, real talk. Real quick, hey, Billy Goat, I agree with you, man. And Kerry Cox. Once Roby get back in the game shape, and that's what it was in the summer league. People don't know he just wasn't in game shape. Like you didn't play since February, then you go in the summer league playing. He just. I think once that cat man get. I think watch him in training camp. I think he's the perfect backup for Randall because the minutes that you don't have to give him, and he's not gonna be demanding minutes like Obi, that cat living coming in and back up Randall with that second unit. Him, Harkenstein, Jay Hart, Quickly, and DiVincenzo, I would not have a problem with that, man. I really
That
wouldn't.
that saves Randall a lot too this year. That gives them some more time to really rest. That gives everybody, it splits the minutes up a little bit different. You take a couple of minutes from here, a couple of minutes here, and give Roby 9, 12 minutes, you know what I mean? And still can finagle DiVincenzo to be out there about 12 to 15 minutes and stuff like that. It's gonna be hard to do, but Tom Thibodeau could do it. I would love to see this guy playing with the team. He plays. He's a good player. He's an NBA basketball player, and if you give him some time on the court with some good players, I think he'll, with some good people and Josh. What Josh Hart do? Pass the ball a lot. What DiVincenzo do? Draws double teams and pass the ball. I mean, I'll say it again, man. I think I is going to have a field day this year. You know what I mean? I think I is going to be 4, 5, 6 assists a night.
Yeah, real talk. I think you gonna get a full season of Josh Hart. I mean, he came into the after the trading deadline and sparked the joint. You get a whole year of him coming out the gate, DiVincenzo coming out the gate. And you gotta remember, Quentin Grimes didn't even come out the gate. He was injured coming into the season. Right. So we get Quentin Grimes coming into the. Think about DiVincenzo, Grimes, and Josh Hart were coming out the gate with the Knicks, and none of them players came out the gate with the Knicks last year. Right. My man had to do that, you know what I mean? So that's a big difference. Hey, Lawad, I ain't forgot about my man. That's gonna be a great. Hey, Lawad, let me tell you, that night in Roby thing, I want to see how that's gonna go down in training camp. That's gonna be a nice backup forward back. That's them two guys right there to me is the two guys playing for that backup spot for New York Knicks. Knight and Roby. I think that's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to that one because Knight, he got a little bit of game with him too, man. Tisna, they find a way to do that. That they find a way to get that Minnesota connection. You know what's interesting? Speaking about how connected they are with Minnesota, do you know that the Minnesota Timberwolves drafted Emmanuel quickly? We got him from Minnesota. You know, when I looked at that, the way it happened, I was like, damn, quickly, when I looked at his bio, I didn't realize quickly was, I think, drafted by them cats first. And they must have made a finagled it in the course of it. But that was interesting when I seen that. I'm like, wow, it quickly came through that pipeline. Get with them guys. Yeah, but you know what, God, I'm excited about this team, man. I really don't got no problem with the Knicks doing this year. I think they're gonna be okay. And I think we're going to be out there scrapping. We coming in there. Mitchell Robinson won't play 59 games. He probably played more than 59. And like I said, can you imagine having Mitchell Robinson for 23 more games, shot powers? He played 59 games. Imagine him having 23 more games, what he could have did with that team. So I'm super excited about these boys moving forward, man. Let's go get it, man. I think that backup power forward thing. He said, so what's the pecking order for the backup power forward? Hey, you know what, Kerry Cox, if anything like last year, I don't know if they do RJ first. You know what I mean? If they run him with the second unit, Kerry, I think he probably would be the first option. After that, it's going to be between Jericho Sims, Isaiah Roby, and Knight. Them the three I'm going to go with, Kerry. I think if they don't do RJ with the 9-man rotation, swing them to the 4th spot, let them play with them guys, or they're going to depend on having somebody come in from the second unit. Whoever wins it in training camp, basically, I guess it really all depends who win it. You know what I mean? Who goes in there and presses Tom Thibodeau and say, you're going to be that guy. But
at least a minute, Tom.
Yep. So and I'm like, GM said Knight makes Roby useless. That's what we got to see because it really don't matter until you get into training camp. I mean, to me, it's about who going to training camp, who shine, who make Tibbs say, you know what, your style of play, the way you play the game fits what I'm doing with my team. You know what I mean? It's really, I don't even know what's about who's better than who. What is they going to fit what Tom Thibodeau want them to do? You know what I mean? What are these guys going to do to Tom Thibodeau say, yeah, you do this, you do that, but I like you because you helps my team win. I think that's what it boiled down to, Shot Power. It's not so much if this cat's better than this guy, because sometimes, he might have a better skill set, but the way he played basketball might not contribute to the way that the coach coaches the team. You know what I mean? So this guy could be great at this, but it's other things that he lacking in that don't benefit what the coach wants you to do for their team. You know what I mean? So I think we got to take all the variables into it, man. Whereas, yeah, you might can shoot the ball good, but you're not playing because the defense sloppy. I like Evan Fournier. You know what I mean? He's a great 3-point shooter, but his game didn't translate to what Tom Thibodeau wanted him to do. The style of play Tom Thibodeau wanted, because if ever Fournier was on the court, yeah, he could knock down the three, but he about to give up 6 of them. You know what I mean? So I think that just to make the small things make the question answer, Kerry. I just think it all depends on who get down in training camp. That's why I wish I was a fly on the wall in training camp sometime to see how these cats get down and going at each other. I think that's what's going to determine who walks out into the backup 4 spot, or any spot for that matter. You got Deuce McBride still sitting there. You got Jericho Sims still sitting there. What role are they going to play with the Knicks this year? You know what I mean? So have Jericho Sims, he had a shoulder injury. Is he going to come back into I'm like, listen, I done been here 3 years now. This is my 3rd year. I got to make it happen. Or, I got that non-guaranteed thing after this. So, who knows? We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I do like Roby, though. Yeah, absolutely. The Cam Reddish, prime example. He just didn't fit what Tibbs wanted them to do, and he had it. I think he had it. He's gonna show off for the Lakers, man. I think. See, that's another thing. Look who he playing around. He playing around some LeBron James who could teach Cam Reddish how to do these things and all that. Anthony Davis there. He playing around creme de la creme players. So I'm looking for Cam Reddish to go out there. If Cam Reddish don't revive his career with the Lakers, then he ain't reviving it. Ain't no way you can play with LeBron James, who one of the most unselfish players in the NBA and one of the creme de la creme IQ players in the NBA, and don't get yourself to be better. If Cam Reddish don't pop for the Lakers, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. He'll be like Kevin Knox. That's a shame too, because I think the kid got skills, man. I hope we get it all together, man. I wish he could have got together with us. I like the Cam Reddish, but it was something about him that the Knicks didn't hold on to him. So just like Atlanta didn't hold on to him either, just like Portland didn't hold on to him. He got to find a spot. He done been on 3 teams since he was a rookie, and he haven't stuck. So let's hope he stick with the Lakers. But listen, man, we're going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, because I know we got to get on the grind in the morning. We all got work to do, got stuff to take care of. Great show tonight, man. The chat, y'all was on fire, man. Real talk, man. Y'all cats had it going in there, man. But let's we get it later on in the week. We try to do what we can. Yeah, I know that a lot. Why wasn't that something? The cat was lighting it up in 2 points in the second half. And I think they keyed on Fournier in that game a lot wide. He was lighting them up in the first half. Then them cats came out in the second half and put him in a donut. They clamped down on him, man. And that's the results. So I think Fournier, like I said, his offense is there on the 3-point shooting wise, but they definitely locked him down that second half. And ain't that something? Kerry got to laugh at Knox. He had better stats. Nobody, I like the Kevin Knox, man. Hey, Kerry Cox. I thought if Knox would have found that defense, he would have found that motor on the defense side of the ball and a little bit more rebounding. Knox would have made in this league, man. He did that defense just wasn't there for us, man. I'll let you know. Let me pull that up for you, Kerry, because I'll let you know what their next game is. I'll go to the FIBA thing right quick. And I'll get that for you, my brother. But Shop Powell, give me a last word before we get out of here, my man. And
salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Y'all guys got me reading your chats like I'm still in the chat. I'm ready. I don't want to be looking down like this because I don't have my anyway. I had to put my glasses on and then I have to be looking down because y'all guys got some great chats in that, and I mean y'all got some great statements that y'all mentioned in the chat, man. I'm glad to be watching as I'm talking about it. So salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, a lot wild put out there, but yeah, Kerry is tomorrow at 8:40 a.m.
In the morning, right? Is it in the morning, right? 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Yep. Yeah, they play Greece tomorrow. Let's see if Brunson and Hart can get out there and make us proud like they're doing right now. But man, this is great. Y'all guys look awesome tonight, man. I'm glad to see all y'all in here who haven't been in a while. Kerry, good to see you, my man. Everybody, man, who I haven't seen in a while. Thank y'all for coming in here. Thank y'all for always supporting the show, man. Run them up with the thumbs up, man. Tell a friend, like and subscribe. We're gonna try to keep doing what we do, man. I'm looking forward to the season. We be on, later on in the week. We get at it, and we get at it again, man. Until then, salute to the chat. That's where it's at. And everybody out there watching, thank y'all for coming in. Shop Powers, my man. I holler you on the other side. Knicks Real Talk, Divine. Shop Powers, the chat. We out, man. Peace, everybody. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
Time for Divine Shop, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. Knicks real talk, we real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cat from the chat, that's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that, you don't care for hyperbole, be straight fact. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feel me tipping in 10 books as they cook my game plan. And my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. The city decks is on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.